Yo. Yeah, to be honest with you, I messed that all up. I'm rusty, y'all. I apologize. But yo, what is good? Oh shit, I got the wrong camera on. Damn, I'm looking like a rookie out here, ain't it? That's my You see the picture right here? Is the AHWHAT? That's my no camera picture, but I am on camera. Hold on. There we go. Oh, let me turn the light on. Damn, it sound like I ain't never done a podcast or a show before, huh? The hell going on? Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the JayBari Show. Episode number 31 to be exact, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something about life, okay? I'm a bit excited. I'm a bit... Who is interrupting my intro? Yo, shout out to my man Cobb Sanity with a 14 months. I've been a Soldier First Class member, man. Appreciate that, man. He said, sorry for interrupting you, Bari. Interrupting my intro. Anyway, what is good, everybody? Hopefully y'all having a wonderful Monday. I know normally I go live on Wednesdays. I know. But the last 2 weeks has been beating your boy up. And Wednesday, I'm going to be completely busy. So I won't be able to go live Wednesday. So I was like, you know what? Let's do the show tonight. Let's do the show today. And let's kick this pig. But hopefully everybody's good, man. Yo, Johnny Gaming, what's up, man? Cobb Sandy, what is... Who is interrupting my intro? What is good, man? Yo, Damien, what is up, bro? What is up, man? Appreciate you rejoining the ranks of Soldier First Class. 44 months. Yes, everyone, the memberships are back. And the time period as far as how long you was a member for, some of them stayed, some of them didn't. But it is what it is, man. You said the Giants and the Dolphins going to the Super Bowl? Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. It's not how you start the season, it's how you finish. Okay? It's how you finish. Well, yo, Damien, what's good, man? Yo, the Giants, man, listen, man. In a lot of aspects, I'm very proud of the Giants and how they played, especially the last two games, certain things. But there's some stuff, man, that is just ugly. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Xbox Series S ugly. You know what I mean? I'm smelling Xbox stench sometimes on what the Giants is doing. Offensive line, terrible. Look at all them penalties that cost the game. You know what I mean? You could have been up early in the game. 4, 5 damn penalties? 3 minutes into the game? Shit's crazy, man. This shit is crazy. Yo, Lady Gaming, what's up? Shout out to Ice Queen Gaming, the Queen of Ice. Hopefully you are feeling better. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day today. Yo, Cobb Sandy, man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yo, Anonymous Boss, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. Yo, my man, Brother Teezus. Yo, Teezy, what's good, man? He said, that's how Bari real look when I'm off stream. I'd be like, what? Yo, Teezy, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. Yo, Big Hardcore Gaming, what's up, man? Yo, Bahamut Reigns, what's up, man? Yo, J. Lou, what's good? He said, yo, Bari looking good out on the no-hit Sword of the Sea walkthrough. Yeah, man, yo, listen, Sword of the Sea, to be honest with you, is like one of my favorite games this year. You know, I would say one of my favorite smaller games this year. I'm in love with that game, man. I love the hell out of that game. I got the platinum to it, but I looked at the platinum. I was like, yo, why isn't nobody platinum in this game? This game is not like a hard game. But then I looked at the Untouchable trophy for the final boss. I'm like, a lot of people didn't get that trophy, so I was like, you know what? Let me do that video. You know, to just show people how it can be done, so you can get that platinum. You know what I mean? But appreciate you checking out that video, man. Yo, Dion78, what's good, man? What is good, man? Yo, Henry Heck, what's good, bruh? Shout out to my man Henry Heck. RK, what's good, man? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Yo, Amon Ra 3K, what's good, bro? Shout out to you coming through. Appreciate you coming through, man. Yo, shout out to my man Amon Ra 3K. Yo, listen, guys, we got a busy show today. Oh, you completed Liza P, Ice Queen? That's what's up. Yo, Liza P is one of my favorite games this generation. Yo, low-key Papi Wagwan Masia. You see it. Medea, Medea. You know, we here. JayBari Show episode 31. Lots of stuff to talk about. Lots of rumors. Lots of words being said. Not really a lot of things being shown. But I feel good, man. My bad. That was my, rendition of the "I feel good" dance. But I feel good about these rumors. I feel good about these rumors, man. You know, like something is hitting home for me. A lot of this stuff is common sense, in my personal opinion. But it's something is hitting right. You know what I mean? I was gonna go somewhere crazy, but I'ma chill. You know, but something is definitely hitting right. You know what I mean? Something's definitely hitting right. And when you hitting it right, you know you feeling it. It feels good. My bad. Anyway, welcome to the JayBari Show, episode 31. Big shout out to everyone that's coming through. Big shout out to everyone that have subscribed to the channel. All the new subscribers, I appreciate you. We are at a goal right now, 4,500 subscribers. So if you're new, are you waiting to hit that subscribe button? Hit the subscribe button, man. Okay? Because the more this channel grows, the more stuff I would do, for sure. You know, yo, big shout out to y'all too, man, for tuning into some of the videos that I put up there. I know that's some of the stuff that like some people, they look forward to like more of like the podcasting or talking PlayStation or heck even bashing Xbox. But yo, really and truly, that is not the reasons why I did YouTube. Like if you look at my beginning videos, there's always a lot of gameplay and talking about certain things. I always like to show gameplay while talking about certain things, but I also like to showcase gameplay and showcasing how I got something done the first time or giving a tip or a trick here and there. That's always been my like my passion when it comes to doing YouTube. But I do appreciate y'all coming through and checking some of those videos out. If you haven't yet, I understand you probably didn't play the game or that's not what you're here for. But I try to balance it out. You got the JayBari Show for the live streams here and there. Sometimes I do live streams like Marvel Tokon. I did about 4 streams. People came out, people tuned in. They enjoyed that stuff. But yeah, as the channel grows, as the channel grows, I can definitely do more of that stuff for the people out here. You know what I mean? I can dedicate that time more and more and more for the people out there. Yo, Baticus, what's good, bro? Shout out to my man Baticus in the building. Yo, Phillipson, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. My bad, Johnny Gaming, man. My bad, man. You know what I mean? Speak from the heart. Yeah, speak from the heart. I bring the Speak from the Heart segments back here and there. I did have a Speak from the Heart segment last JayBari Show that a lot of people I know ain't gonna didn't show up for because it was more Marvel Tokon focus. But I did do a Speak from the Heart little segment there, addressing some of the PlayStation Nation. But this show, we're gonna talk about the PlayStation Nation this show, but it's not gonna be in the light that people think it's going to be in. You know what I mean? I'm very proud right now from what I'm seeing off the PlayStation Nation and support of buying video games. I wish I would did that with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but it is what it is. Yo, Franco Tech, what's good, man? But yo, like I said, we got tons of things to talk about. Oh, before I even start the show, y'all want to see one of my newest devices, my newest products, my newest peripherals? Oh, it won't show? Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. So I bought a leverless hitbox, or a leverless fight stick. It's called the Victrix Pro KO, and I've been using this thing quite some time. I've been using it throughout the week, trying to get used to it. Yeah, there's certain things that I'm used to, and I feel good doing it, but sometimes when I'm just in the heat in the moment, I just be forgetting, like, I'm not on a stick. But I'm gonna try and my best to learn this thing to its totality, its full totality, and I've been enjoying it. So be on the lookout for a review of this leverless fight stick. I just need more experience. I'm gonna be doing some like online matches and stuff like that, where I'm gonna try to record that while I'm using this. And once I do all of that stuff, I will put up my review for this leverless fight stick. So once again, it's a leverless fight stick. That means there is no actual stick. It's just, these are your directional inputs, kind of like a keyboard. And there's some switches that I heard was really good for this that I want to try out before I even like do a full review of this. If you care about this stuff, like for fighting games or whatnot, be on the lookout. I'll say about a week or a week and a half, where I'll have a review out for this fight stick. I do think it's dope. And something from Victrix that I typically don't like of their fight sticks, this fight stick, they actually did the opposite, and they did something great. And I want to highlight that with this fight stick here. So that is the leverless, the Victrix Leverless Pro KO. And I will be doing a video review soon of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. 2SKO. I've been trading here there with TSKO. I haven't really dumped a lot of time into 2SKO. To be honest with you, I was doing stuff like I was playing Grand Blue, and I was doing a training room like Street Fighter, because one input that, not say hard, but sometimes it can be hard to do, is the DP input. And that's all I was doing. I was just doing DPs, like do 10 in a row with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was doing that a lot, because with 2SKO, there's no real like motion. It's just like a input down, special button. So I was like, let me try the motion inputs first before I even like really dive into like 2SKO. Well, I will dive into 2SKO more and more. You know what I mean? Because I see some stuff that I saved up. I got some notes written down that I want to try and use in the game. So we'll definitely see. Yo, I ain't even gonna hold you two bats, man. I've been, the truth, what's good, man? Yo, El Nini, what's up, bro? Franco Tech, what's up? I'm still on my Tokon high, man. I've been watching a lot of Tokon content, whether it's somebody within this community or it's just random, like people that, I never really watched before, or, well-known YouTubers. I'm still watching a lot of Tokon, Marvel Tokon footage. It's great. I'm still on it. I rewatched the TNS tournament. I watched it like twice, bro. Like twice. Yo, Foxing around. I'm chilling with Aston. Yo, Foxing, what's good, bro? But yeah, that is the Victrix Pro KO, or KO Pro, whatever it's called, leverless fight stick. I will have a review on that very, very soon. Yo, Dewan, what's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through, man. All right, guys, let me show y'all the topics. Some of y'all probably seen it already. Here are the topics for this JayBari show. We're going to talk about Ghost of Yotei a little bit. And yo, the pre-order numbers, PlayStation Nation. PlayStation Nation, we out here. We got some Intergalactic news that we're going to talk about as well. Yeah, just talking, not showing. Battlefield, amazing feature. You know what I mean? So we're going to get on some COD slander. You know what I mean? Put the fire to their feet real quick, because Battlefield doing something that COD has promised to do, but ain't do it yet. You know? You know? Marvel's Wolverine rumors and Venom stuff. We're going to talk about that. And the PlayStation removes multi-platform from their strategic indicators. Listen. But JayBari. What you said? What y'all said in the chat? Oh, but JayBari. What you said in the chat? But JayBari, you complain too much about PlayStation. But JayBari, you shouldn't be criticizing PlayStation. But JayBari, they're not gonna change because you talking. They're not gonna change because you talking. But JayBari. Yo, Mass Producer, what's good, man? Yo, Team Ambush, what's good, bro? Shout out to you coming through, man. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's start the show. Episode number 31. If you don't mind, hit the like button. If you're new, hopefully you subscribe, enjoyed the episode, and don't mind if you share, this wonderful stream here. Okay, you know what I mean? Can you share a link? Can you hit the like button? Yo, it's me, baby. What's good, man? All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Oh, yeah. By the way, like I said, the memberships are back on the channel. I didn't do my video yet, but just know before the year is closing out, I will be doing a JayBari Soldier First Class giveaway. You know what I mean? To show my appreciation. And yeah, like I said, man, share this stuff out. Oh, yeah. Demon Slayer movie. Go see that. Go see that. Yeah, you see, that's your problem right there. Y'all don't want me to start this goddamn podcast, huh? Or this show. You don't want me to start the goddamn show, man. You out here bringing up new stuff. Demon Slayer movie, Fight Stick, Marvel Tokon. Y'all don't want me to start the goddamn show, man. That's why, people be like, yo, Barry, man, you take too long to start your goddamn show, man. You got this intro for like 30 minutes. Start your goddamn show, man. And I'll be like, yo, listen, it ain't me. It ain't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It be the chat. It be the chat. It bees in the chat. Bees in the chat. It bees in the chat. Bees in the chat. Yo, Chris Reed, what's good, man? You know what I mean? It be y'all. I be chilling. I want to be prompt. Okay. I want structure. Okay. But the chat be like, yo, Barry, they'll talk about this. Yo, Barry, they'll talk about that. Huh? Foxen know what he does. Foxen know what he did when he put that Demon Slayer movie into the chat. He know what he did. By the way, go watch it, man. The thing is with the Demon Slayer movie, I don't want to talk about it too much due to the fact that if I talk about it, I don't want to potentially spoil stuff for people that didn't read the manga. I highly recommend people read the manga. But I will say this about the Demon Slayer movie, right? Everything I imagined, like that's how the animations will play out. Yo, they hit it. They hit the nail on the coffin with the animations in the Demon Slayer movie. Yo, 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? The story background, it still hit. Like, yo, personally, I'm giving y'all a week. I'm giving y'all a week, man. Y'all have a week to watch the movie, and then I'm gonna go full throttle. I'm giving y'all a week. I, I'm just gonna say animations, but I'm giving because there's backstory that some of my favorite backstories is within this arc. You know what I mean? Which they're splitting the arc up, by the way. But this arc right here, man, this hits my soul, man. Real talk. Yo, Wolf, what's good, man? I'm gonna pretend you didn't do that part. My bad, yo. Yo, Honda, the Power of Dreams is good. Yo, Cloud Strife. It's all time. Yo, Cloud, we finally gonna be on the Xbox, man. We finally gonna be on the Xbox. Listen, I love Square Enix, and I want the best for Square Enix and Final Fantasy VII remake. So I'm always gonna push for people to purchase that game. I'm just not gonna push it for the Xbox. For the Switch people, I ain't even gotta say nothing with the Switch. Them Xbox motherfuckers, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, Xbox gamers, this is the last time you're gonna hear me say this. Okay? Might not be the last time I'm gonna say it, but I might say it more. So I'm lying. Go and support Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. It is by far the best game you will ever play this whole generation on that goddamn Xbox. Okay? It is better than anything you have played on that Xbox. Support that game. You know what I mean? The fact that you're getting the game for $40, you're getting the full game, you're getting the DLC, the integrated DLC intermission, Yuffie, and they giving y'all a free copy of the old school, one of the greatest games of all time, my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy VII, the OG. How could you not support that? Huh? Don't get caught up in, oh, I had to wait 6 years. Don't get caught up in all that. Huh? You see the Switch people, you see the Nintendo fans complaining they had to wait 5-6 years to play the game. They just see a great game coming to their platform, and they're just gonna play it. They're gonna play it in handheld. They're gonna play it docked. They're gonna play it tabletop mode, whatever modes the Switch got. They're gonna play it. But you Xbox motherfuckers, y'all be, oh my God. Why? I shouldn't have had to wait 5 years. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. I shouldn't have to wait 5 years. You should be grateful Square Enix has blessed you with a great game like that. Talking about you gotta wait 5 years. Sit your ass down, please. You know what I mean? Sick and tired of y'all on my goddamn timeline complaining. Huh? You should have been complaining about that Series S. That's what you should have been complaining about. Not that you finally getting a game that coming on your dog shit platform. Anyways. Let's start the goddamn show, man. Ghost of Yotei is selling well, y'all. Listen, Ghost of Yotei going through a whole debacle because like political stuff that's going on, and you know what I mean, the situation that happened with Charlie Kirk, which is unfortunate, that happened. And there was a developer that came out, a PlayStation developer that came out, and I don't remember what she said, but I did see it rolling on my timeline, and I was just like, in my mind, I'm just like, yo, this ain't a good look. You know what I mean? As somebody that's like, you representing a business, yeah, your freedom to say a lot of stuff, you know, but even with the freedom to say a lot of stuff, there's still consequences when you're under a whole company, you know what I mean, that you're representing. Social media does not, you know, prevent you from any consequences of the things that you say on there, you know, with your job. Like I tell people all the time that these companies, these big companies or whatnot, there's something called ethical hacking. That's one of my elective classes I took in college, where they teach you how to go into people's social medias. Like if you're representing or your managerial position, you know, go into people's social medias to see what they're saying, if it's against your company philosophies or things like that, you know, within the company. And if it is, they have the right to bring you in and be like, hey, what is going on here? You know what I mean? So I never really understood the whole, I can say whatever I want on social media, regardless of the opinion, you know. On social, I never really understood that because in my mindset, I always remember that class, even in my job now. You know what I mean? I've went through stuff like that. When you're interviewing somebody, where as you're interviewing a candidate, you if you wanted to, you can look at that person's social media, you know. But that's just how I felt in it. But it wasn't only for I wasn't only just talking about her. I was just talking about in general. You know what I mean? When people dying, I personally, I didn't even like the dude. You know, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I did not like anything that dude says. I did not like anything that dude represents. But I'm not celebrating what happened to him. You know what I mean? So I said my tweet here and there. But while it was yo Sit, what's good, bro? While that was happening, there was a whole campaign of like boycotting Ghost of Yotei. And you know what I mean? Even though I had my opinion on how I felt about the whole situation, I was like boycotting Ghost of Yotei. I'm not boycotting Ghost of Yotei. You know what I mean? So I went on Twitter, I was like, yeah, I'm not boycotting or I'm not stopping or canceling no pre-order for Ghost of Yotei. You know what I mean? It's my most anticipated game. We don't know half the people that's in this industry gaming wise. You don't know their opinions. You don't know how they feel about people, black people, Asian people, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Just because they ain't say it doesn't mean that they don't have the opinion. You know? And if you lived your life like that, you wouldn't be doing shit anyway. You know what I mean? Yo, 6A, yo, I had a person bring up dude in the meeting. I told him that's not what we do here. If you want to bring him up, let us know what you admire about him. He got real quick. It's crazy. Yo, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence. Yeah. Like, yeah, freedom of speech is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? But you got to also watch what you got to say. You know, I can go out the street. I can go outside and say, hey, man, you a bum ass motherfucker. And that person could look down me and they could punch me dead in my mouth. You know what I mean? Hey, I had the right to say whatever I had to say, but they had the right to react. You know? But regardless of the point, I see a whole campaign talking about they boycotting Ghost of Yotei. And then I saw a tweet. I forgot who it was. I saw a tweet where somebody put up a screenshot of PlayStation digital games, the pre-orders, right? And it had Ghost of Yotei, the deluxe edition, at number 2. So I was like, at first I was like, oh, this is somebody trolling, or they probably edit this joint. Then I went to look for myself. Currently, right now, Ghost of Yotei is number 2. And number 5 on the top pre-orders. Beating out Battlefield. Beating out Call of Duty. Yo, this Digimon game up there too in the top 10? That's kind of lit. That's kind of lit. Yo, Silent Hill shot up there too. But yo, Ghost of Yotei, number 2. Pretty much what boycott? Yeah, what boycott? Yo, Killer Cam for sure. What up, man? And yo, I'm really happy to see it because I felt like Ghost of Tsushima is one of the greatest PlayStation games. My personal favorite PlayStation developed game in the last couple of years. You know what I mean? And the fact the sequel to it is selling well on top of the shooters, Dying Light, Beasts, Call of Duty, currently right now. The fact that Call of Duty got a beta coming out where you can just pre-order the base edition. And when you pre-order the base edition, you're locked in for the beta. So you know a lot of people tend to pre-order or they go to the Amazon route. But typically, if a Call of Duty beta is coming, the pre-order is going to shoot up. And the pre-order is this month. Ghost of Yotei comes out next month, in the beginning of next month. So I understand that the sales is going to go up a little bit, or the pre-order is going to go up because the game is close to release. But I was not expecting number 2.
I am getting Yotei and BF6 both day 1.
Oh yeah, yeah. BF6, the beta, I had fun with it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it day one, but I will be talking about Battlefield 6 a little bit later. But Yotei, 100% day one, 100% day one, no doubt about it. So yeah, yo, appreciate that, Cop Sandy, for the $2 too as well. I'm very happy to see that, because some of the people that's talking about they're gonna boycott this game, they wasn't gonna buy this joint anyway. They just bullshit. You know what I mean? Like this generation, as far as like these weird stances that some people have with certain things. If a video game has the main protagonist is a woman, if they're black, it's woke. You know what I mean? All this woke crap that be popping up on the timeline, all this crap, this junk. Rather than, hey, I want to enjoy my hobby. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? I don't think everybody should be buying every single video game. Obviously, everybody have their own little stances. Everybody have their own little thing. But things like a female protagonist, the skin color of a character, is the game good? Is the game fun? Is the story engaging? That the things that you think that people will be like, that's what they intrigued with to play the video game. I don't know, man. I'm not saying that the look of a character is not important, because I'll be a hypocrite to say that it's not. But I feel like people are way too hung up on just the visual look of a character. You know what I mean? If it's a female in a video game, they gotta be like sexy and revealing and all that stuff. And I'm like, nah, man. Not every game it has to be like that. Everything that they showed about Ghost of Yotei obviously is working because the game looks fun as hell. For the marketing push that they're doing, showcasing each weapon, that video of them just like 10 minutes, I think it was like 8 or 10 minutes of the showing the world and the little music playing. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. You know what I mean? But so yeah, I'm just happy to see that Ghost of Yotei is selling. I'm curious to see how the first month is going to be with the game. And yeah, at the end of the day, I just hope this game is amazing and it knocked my socks off. Cause I'll be honest, I'm a big Sucker Punch like fanboy. I love Sucker Punch. I like how they design and how their games are just made, man. You know what I mean? The Infamous, one of my favorite franchises. Ghost of Tsushima knocked it out the park. Ghost of Yotei, I'm hoping for the same thing. You know what I mean? So hopefully, with the sales of the game doing well currently right now, hopefully the game is, aligned itself with that as well. So I'm excited. I'm happy to see that, man. But yo, big shout out to Dragon Quest shot up crazy too. Oh damn. First Light, I think the gameplay looks good, but I have to I want to see improvements of this game. Yeah, I'm playing Lost Soul Aside currently right now, Sick. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I just got the scythe, not the scythe, the pole arm. I just got the pole arm, and I'm enjoying the game. Yeah, there's certain things that I wish was better, which I'm gonna talk about it like in a review. But overall, the gameplay and how fluid it is, how deep mechanic wise it is, and some of the strings that you can put together, yo, I'm loving the hell out of the game, yo. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm playing it right now. I did stop playing it because I was like, listen, that Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, that was in the back of my head where I was like, yo, I ain't no punk bitch, okay? I need to platinum this game. I said to myself I was going to platinum this game, and I'm going to platinum this game. It took me 30-something hours, but I finally got it done. And I'm not wishing that game on anybody, bro. Hard mode in Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, whoever designed that, they need to be jumped. They need to be jumped. Yo, there was a point in Ninja Gaiden Ragebound because when I play games like that, the score always like matters. So I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to get nothing lower than no B. I'm starting to get in C's. I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, hold up. They just want me to clear hard mode. I don't got to do like, oh, get a S on hard mode, get this on hard mode. I was like, oh, I just got to clear it. So, yo, I was like, okay, I know this enemy gonna be here. Let me get hit. Boop, take the invisibility frame. I put there was like this talisman, I think they call it, where you increase your invisibility frames when you get hit. So, yo, there's times I would jump in a spike and I just book it, bro. I was just booking it. I was like, yo, I'm just trying to get past. And then the last boss, oh my God. I was on that boss for like hours, bro. Then I beat hard mode, right? I beat hard mode. I was like, okay, that's what's up. Then I was like, wait, why the platinum ain't hit? You know? Because I'm thinking like, all right, because I needed two more trophies. But I thought it had to do something with hard mode. I was like, why the platinum ain't hit? Bruh. I had to beat the game again in hard mode because I chose the wrong person. Yo, that's why it took me so long to get back to Lost Soul Aside, bro. If you're going for the platinum in Ninja Gaiden, you have to. So when you play on hard mode, you have to pick the girl, Kumori. You have to pick her. And leave my man's, he got to stay in like hell or something like that. And you finish the game with her, and then it's when you leave with my man's, he gonna be in a new stage. So it's like unlocking a new stage. And yo, even that stage right there, that took me some hours too, bro. I had to take some breaks, bro, because yo, thank God for like the rest mode and the save state that they have in there. Because yo, If the PlayStation 5 didn't have that, I wouldn't have got that platinum, bro. I wouldn't have got that. Because as soon as I died, there was points where I got like to a boss that's like halfway, and I was just like, let me pause this. I was like, yo, I gotta take a break, bro. Put the PlayStation in rest mode, come back like the next night, or come back in nighttime, and you know what? I could do it. It's shit crazy. Oh, you didn't have to do it twice? What you mean? Yo, Matt the Stampede. Oh, yeah, you know what? You right, bruh. I didn't have to do it twice. I could have just went to the last level. Yo, now that I'm thinking about it, yo, I'm a dumbass, bruh. I'm a dumbass, bro. Hey, yo, I'm a dumbass for real. Damn. You know what? Man, I blame Sick Man for letting me think about Ragebound. That game, yo, that's the correct name for that game. Is Ragebound. And yes, I know in the game. Yo, listen. Me and Persona was talking about this joint where they have in this game, bruh. They have an assist mode in the game. So if you turn on this assist mode, you basically not even playing the game. You can crank up the damage or you can crank it down to 0 so you won't get hit. I forgot the other stuff that you could do in there. You won't get a knockback. So in this game, if there's certain levels in this game that's hard as hell, because like they have you hanging on certain things, and if you get hit, it's like a little knockback animation. So there's certain parts in this game you have to just avoid. You know what I mean? You can turn the knockback off. To be honest with you, I'm surprised that this platinum for this game is not even high. Is not higher than what it is. You know what I mean? I don't think people know about that little assist mode and that shit. But I personally can't use stuff like that. I think I don't personally. I don't know why devs put it in the game. If you want a hard game, just do a hard game, bro. You know what I mean? But putting stuff in the game like that, it to me is dumb as hell. Yo, the hidden stages hard as hell. Yo, bro, there was a level I think is S6 with Kimori. There's a level where you had to like get like a one of the crystals, bruh. I'm embarrassed to tell you how long I was taking to beat that level. It's an S6, bro. You had to break through a wall, then you had to do a little platforming, bro. I took Axe Persona on everything, bro. Persona was like my venting dude. I was like, yo, how are people doing this, bro? How are people doing, yo? Because you had to do like a little roll, you had to jump in this area. The time was because there's a little timer that you have with Kimori. Yo, bro. Yo, that shit was difficult, bro. That shit was difficult. Oh yeah, they put in like a god mode in Final Fantasy VII. So they're pretty much they're treating Final Fantasy VII remake like a classic, because that's what they did with the PlayStation 4, the OG game, where they added unlimited limit breaks. I think they had the HP. I don't remember, but I don't know. I don't think they need something like that in remake, because remake is not a hard game. Even the hard mode in remake is not hard. Rebirth though, hard mode in that's a different beast. You know what I mean? That's a different beast. But let's get into like the intergalactic news. Because once again, we got some Naughty Dog news here, which they ain't really, they ain't really say nothing. But I'm excited for Intergalactic though, man. I'm excited. This is shout to Shinobi, where he gave like the cheat sheets for Intergalactic interview. I have the interview up here, so we can go back. A lot of the stuff that he spoke about is the TV show, and Neil Druckmann saying that nah, he ain't going back to the TV show. Yo, Phil Bosch was good, man. He ain't going back to the TV show. He said they did their thing. I'm focusing on the game. You know what I mean? But so here's some of the details. The team is firing on all cylinders. The most expensive Naughty Dog game they have ever made. Maybe the most expensive. So let me try to find that in this interview. Because this is always going to be my gripe, right? I don't have an issue with these interviews per se, but I also would like them to show something as they talk about it. You know what I mean? I know they got that curse of the factions stuff where they put out a concept art of factions, and look at where that game ended up. But still, man, you can't treat everything like factions, man. I don't think Intergalactic gonna get canceled. Man, they talk about a lot of The Last of Us in here. 3rd season. All right, here you go. What can I say and not say? I can tell you we're in the thick of it. We're into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. We're making it and we're playing it. We're firing on all cylinders. Like I said before, but I really mean it. I'm really feeling it right now. The most ambitious game we've ever made. The most expansive game we've ever made. Maybe the most expensive by the time we finish it. Also, they're saying that Troy Baker is in the game, which is dope. And it's been 5 years since we worked with Troy. And I've got to do it again. And I've had a lot of fun to be on stage with him again. So, yo, they saying that Intergalactic, most ambitious game, most expansive game. So I definitely want to see, because let me look at it. Last of Us Part 2 was probably their biggest game as far as like expansive wise, right? The overall scope of it. They saying that Intergalactic is gonna be bigger than that. Intergalactic, for what we know, is they focusing on that one planet. From what we know, so I'm curious on what they mean by. Well, not curious. I want to see what they mean by most expansive. You know, and most expensive. So that means PlayStation they giving the monies. Yo, good Lord, Hunger Diablo, what's good, man? They giving the monies. Wait, what did it say here? Will we see or hear more about it? On one of the PlayStation's upcoming State of Play presentations? Did he even answer that? Hold up. As far as we know, we're going to show stuff. I'm antsy to show it and talk about it because the trailer that we showed doesn't even scratch the surface on what the game actually is. But announcing a game like this, especially when it's a new IP, and especially when it's coming out of Naughty Dog, you've got to coordinate with the marketing, the PR, and a bunch of people. So it'd be foolish for me to say when we're going to show something right now. Listen. All right, let's get into the rumors, right? Let's get into rumors real quick. Rumors, okay? Based off of what Neil is saying. Because from my understanding, I understand he don't want to give the deets, but he kind of gave the deets, okay? When is the question? I believe. So, all right, hear me out. I believe there is going to be a PlayStation showcase or state of play this month or the end of the month, aligning itself with Tokyo Game Show. Right? It feels good. If I'm wrong, I kick myself in the shin. Okay, okay. If I'm wrong, I'm just basing myself off the rumors. It sounds right. It's aligning. The constellation is there. It's aligning itself with the stars. Okay. With that being said, I don't think that Intergalactic, if there is a show or state of play, will be at that show. But the Game Awards, I do feel like Intergalactic will be there. Whatever they got to show next, it's a high possibility it's there at the Game Awards. You know, the Jeff Keighley show. So, is this wording right here that kind of got me like, I kind of feel good about what's going on here. As far as when we're going to show it, I'm antsy to show it and to talk about it, because the trailer that we showed doesn't even scratch the surface on what the game actually is. That got me believing like he's not gonna say this in this interview right here and be like, yeah, we see you, in June 2026. You know what I mean? And if they're coordinating this right with marketing and a bunch of people at PlayStation, right? You will be a fool not to show this goddamn game. Because even in the PlayStation presentation, the Hiroki Toki and Herman Host, they had for the upcoming games, the next upcoming batch of games, they showed the Ghost of Yotei, Wolverine, Intergalactic, Heretic Prophet. So it's kind of aligning itself a little bit. It's kind of aligning itself. You know what I mean? Well, we're gonna see. Oh, none of y'all want to agree with me, right? I listen. I understand, man. I understand how y'all roll. Y'all just want to leave me out there on the plank. You know what I mean? If it's shown, y'all gonna pull me back to the ship. If it's not shown, y'all gonna push me off the goddamn plane. I know how y'all are. I know how y'all are, man. That's messed up. That is messed up. But listen, I don't mind swimming. I don't mind swimming. So it is what it is. I don't mind swimming. Where we at? Tati Gabrielle, main character Jordan, alongside the HBO Last of Us Part 2. Feels she'll be very iconic and complex and interesting in the Naughty Dog tradition. Tony Dalton also cast in the game after his performance at the HBO show. Damn, so they Naughty Dog is like the Christopher Nolan of gaming. You know what I mean? If they work with you, they gonna stick with you. You know what I mean? Throughout all their stuff. Yo, Soros, yeah, yo, sick, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. They did come out and say, hey man, we gonna be showing Soros this year. You ain't lying. That's why I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my hat that a showcase, state of play, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Yo, Eastern Conference was good, man. He said the gameplay, Uncharted was realistic, character-driven action game with emotional storytelling. Last of Us added RPG elements to the wider linear design, continued the trajectory forward, and add sci-fi, and you start to get the sense of where we're going. And when we've gotten even more ambitious than that. So, yo, listen. If this game is mixing all those elements within it, because I know they said that like their inspiration was like the Souls genre. Yo, Chuck, what's good, bro? With the design of the game and whatnot. Listen. I got high hopes for Intergalactic Heretic Prophet. Like the anticipation. I know this is gonna sound messed up because a lot of people just want the game to come out, but yo, they have to hit all the points. They have to hit all the nails, bro. Anticipation, graphical quality, thought-provoking story, innovating gameplay, detail out the wazoo. You know what I mean? Because the level that they put themselves on with their past games, nobody's going into Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, thinking like, oh, we're just going to get something as on par with Uncharted 4. No, you expected more than that. Oh, we're just going to get something on par with The Last of Us Part 2. No, you expected something more than that. You know what I mean? That's a lot of pressure on the studio. But hey, that's when you cultivate and when you create greatness, the pressure is on. The pressure is on. You know what I mean? The pressure is on, yo. But yo, I'm excited. I'm excited for Intergalactic, man. I'm excited for Intergalactic. This is the only concern I have with this game is when it's coming out. You know what I mean? I do feel that we'll get this game. And I know y'all gonna disagree with me. I know y'all gonna disagree with me. I know. Damn, Bar, should I even say it? Should I even say it, man? Hold on. Let me get the thing to back up my statement. Let me get the thing to back up my statement before I even say it. Okay? Let me get the picture to back up my statement before I even say it. Okay, I got the picture. All right? Because I know one of y'all nerds gonna be like, nope. But I feel Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, is releasing late next year. You know what? I ain't even gonna say late next year. I'm gonna say next year. Praying for no delays. Yo, Walter, what up, man? And the reason why I'm saying it, we're getting more conversations about it. Obviously, we're gonna see more, but we're getting that lead up, that conversation. My man would have go on Variety, and knowing these questions gonna be asked if they wasn't ready to say a little bit off it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Once that next trailer come out, it's gonna be a big push. But look. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Continuous release of major titles through strong franchises and new IP. Fiscal year 2025, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2. Upcoming. You see it right there in the right. You see it right there in the right, man. If this game wasn't coming out next year, or I'm just going to say the overall next year, whether that falls into, winter, spring, fall, winter again, whatever. But I think it's coming out next year. I think it's coming out. Yo, Ramon, what's good, man? I think it's... Yo, Bahamut Reyes, what up? I think it's coming out next year. Yo, Outside Gaming, what's good, man? I think it's coming out next year. Guys, listen. I know I've been down on PlayStation. And I've been bashing them. I've been punching them in their gut. I've been kicking them in their shins. But when I get that feeling... Baby, I got the feeling. Baby, I got the feeling. Woo. When I get that feeling, y'all know my predictions be 80% right. Y'all know my feelings be 80% right. Yo, Ron Slusher, what up, man? He said, I can't wait to play Intergalactic on the Xbox Ally. Okay. what you want me to say? Oh my God, he's playing Intergalactic on the Xbox Ally. Whatever, how long ever you gotta wait on that shit? Hey, this is what it is. I don't give a fuck. Listen, y'all Xbox people, y'all cannot trigger me. Okay, y'all are not even competition. You know what I mean? Majority of y'all fan base is on PC now. Y'all are not competition over here. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say over there on Xbox Ally, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't give two shits. Y'all not even a conversation. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers defending Xbox, they playing on PC. Something not lining up. I get two shits. You know what I mean? That's on PlayStation. That ain't on me. I get two shifts. I know where I'm going to be playing the day one on that PlayStation 5 Pro. That's all I care about. You know what I mean? That is not going to trigger me. What's his name? Ron Slusher. You know he an Xbox dude too. With his profile pic, that is an Xbox fanboy profile pic. You know what I mean? Whatever icon that is with a black background. Most of it, I promise you, look at the Xbox fanboys. They got that shit. Ron Slusher. You know what I mean? Yo, how much is the Ally X? How much is it? The Ally, whatever it called? Like $600? Hey, man. Listen. When the Ally come out next month, Ron, I want you to come back in the chat and give your impressions of the Ally X and whatever. All right? But you are not triggering me. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker come up in here and say, yo, I'm an Xbox fan, I'm just going to be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, if this was the beginning of the generation, different story. Where y'all actually was competing, different story. But Xbox now, that is a sad case, how it is now. Sad case. Look how the generation started to how Xbox is now. Sad case. I am not worried about if you want to play a PlayStation game that you gotta wait however long to play on your Xbox Ally X or Ally, whatever the fuck the shit is called. I do not care. By that time, I'll be done with Intergalactic. You know what I mean? I'd have had 30 videos up on the game before you got to play it. You know what I'm saying? That Xbox is dog shit. It is trash. You know? I know I haven't said that in a long time because I've been focusing on the things that PlayStation needs to work on. But I'm here to remind you, Ron Slusher, Xbox is dog shit. Even the Xbox fans know it's dog shit. You know what I mean? Even the Xbox influencers know it's dog shit. Microsoft got to shell out free shit that's for people to praise it and talk about it. Ain't that crazy? You think there will be an Xbox influencer if they wasn't getting free shit left and right? Microsoft out here giving these motherfuckers cups with Xbox logos on it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Xbox. Xbox is great. Sit your ass down. I just want to remind you, Xbox is dog shit. Like I said, I know I haven't been focusing on you Xbox people. I understand. Listen, when I like a platform, when I like a certain thing, and I feel like that platform or a certain thing is messing up, I'm going to focus on that. But don't ever get it twisted. Xbox is dog shit. Going forward, PlayStation is competing with the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know what the Xbox Series consoles are. It is dog shit. You know what I mean? Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Hey, oh, my bad, y'all. Blame Ron Slusher, man. He came in here talking about he gonna play Intergalactic. It wasn't real on my Xbox Ally. You ain't even gonna buy that shit. You ain't even gonna buy that shit, Ron Slusher. Hey, yo, my bad, yo. Let me talk about Battlefield real quick, man. It's not gonna be long, but I'm gonna get on my COD slander when it comes to Battlefield. Oh, let me did I like this picture? Or did I like this because Battlefield's doing something great. Yo, shout out to them privatizing the likes. Yeah, I just scrolled through my likes. I was like, damn, Bari. Imagine if my likes was public. Shit. Anyways. Oh, look, yo, I clicked on the wrong article. Look at this. That's to highlight my point or further my point with Xbox being dog shit. Look at this. DICE is struggling to get Battlefield 6 running on the Xbox Series S. Trash. And then they want to blame everybody else. Every developer is coming out to tell you, like, yo, we are struggling with this motherfucker. We are struggling. We got to wait a year for this game to come out. We gotta do more work for this to come out. And these Xbox people, they don't believe them. They be like, oh, man, these developers are lying. They're lying out their teeth. They're lying. This, lying. Every developer lying. We getting more and more into this generation, and almost every major developer coming out telling them, like, yo, we struggling with this Xbox S Series S. You know what I mean? Xbox Series shit. That's what it should be called. Xbox Series shit. But it forced them to optimize the memory usage, making the game better and more stable for all platforms. Look at that. Even with the Xbox being dog shit, we still benefit on the PlayStation. Hey, yo, where's the oh yeah, here it is. Shout out to DICE, man. Shout out to DICE, man. Yo, when you said TZ, you said you noticed the viewers went up saying Xbox is dog shit. Listen, that's what that's what they want. The PlayStation. I told y'all for the last speak from the heart. PlayStation gamers do not want PlayStation gamers criticizing PlayStation. But when you criticize that Xbox, and listen, I'm the best at what I do. You think Wolverine got that? Wolverine got that quote from me. I'm the best at what I do. When I console war, when I get on my, you know what I mean? People feelings get hurt. People feelings get hurt. Yo, Ramon, people feelings get hurt, man. You know what I mean? When I get on my trolling shit, people feelings get hurt. And that's just me talking about a console. Right now, there's somebody in the chat hurting, they upset. They're like, damn, this dude hurt my soul, man. Saying the Xbox Series S is dog shit. Anybody tell you to buy that? Ain't nobody tell you to buy that shit. Dog shit. They got you in buying dog shit consoles because of Game Pass. Ain't nobody beating no games over there. Ain't nobody playing no games over there. All I see from Xbox fanboys is motherfuckers posting the title screen. Hey, I'm playing this. You ain't see no gameplay clip. You don't see no end credit screen. You don't see no 100% or 1,000% or whatever it called, 1,000 points that they got from this game. All you see is a title screen. On to the next. Huh? Then when their own developers came out and said, these motherfuckers don't play no games. They own developer, Machine Games, came out and say, hey, yeah, people that foot dip. They foot dip for 5 minutes. The pool is cold, and now they out of there. And they got mad at me. They got mad at me for quoting what Machine Games said. Machine Games aligning themselves for what I've been saying for years. These people are just foot dippers. They dip their toe into the game and keep it moving. Put on the front that they playing the game. Oh, let me post this title screen. Oh, look, hashtag Game Pass, and pack it up. Then have the audacity to be like, oh, look how many players playing the game. Sit your ass down, please. Oh my God, look, we had millions of players playing. How many people beat it? Huh? Look at all the great games that came into Game Pass. They had Liza P, Wu Chan Fallen Feathers. I think Silk Song in that motherfucker. Huh? How many people you see talking about, yo, thank you for Game Pass that I beat this game within this community? Huh? They don't beat shit. No matter of fact, they do beat something. That's it. Huh? It's a goddamn travesty over there. Had the audacity to come up in my chat and talk about you gonna play Wolverine or some handheld. Sit your ass down. Beat the games that came out this year. Did you beat Doom? Huh? Did you beat South of Midnight? Huh? All these great games that came out. Did you beat Avowed? No. They beat that PlayStation game though. Nerd ass motherfucker. No. My bad, y'all. I apologize, man. Yo, True Bleed, what up, man? I apologize, y'all. He said, yo, Mally said the positive PlayStation news got barred 100. Yeah, man, I'm sick and tired of seeing some of these stuff on my timeline, man. I don't be following these people and they just scroll up on my timeline. Every time I see somebody hashtag Game Pass Xbox, and then I'm like, okay, cool, that's what's up, man. They get to play this game. That's dope. You go back to the person's timeline. Damn, it's been 2 months. You ain't beat this game? You ain't beat this shit? You know what I mean? Like, what games are you beating? Look at Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2, they ain't beating that. You know what I mean? The audacity. The next time I see hashtag Game Pass and a game from Xbox, and I see the tweet, and I come back, and that person ain't complete the game, I'm kicking that person in the shin. I'm kicking that person in the goddamn shin. Huh? Something is not right. The numbers is not numbering. Motherfuckers been playing on Xbox for 20 years with a 20,000 gamer score. Talking about they're an Xbox fan. What the hell going on? Huh? Talking about you influencing people to play on Xbox. You don't play on Xbox. 20,000 gamer score. What the hell is going on? Yo, Dot Dart, what's good, man? He said, yo, Barry, I beat Hellblade 2. South of Midnight, Avowed was trash to me. Yo, why you put thrash? Yo, what's good, Dot Dart, man? Yo, shout out to Dot Dart, man. That's somebody I know that is actually utilizing Game Pass. Not by just demoing games. Huh? When I hear Dot Dart talk about Game Pass, I can be like, you know what? I believe Dot Dark. So you show you complete his games. When some of these people be talking about Game Pass, bro, and how beneficial and how great it is, they're not even talking about themselves. It's all gaming politics. Gaming politics 101. They representing for Game Pass. It's like a political party. Yo, how we got here, man? I blame Teasy, man. I blame Teasy for this, man. How we got here, Teasy? You see what I said earlier with the chat? I be trying to focus on a certain thing, and the chat bring up something, and it got me in rant, speak from the heart mode. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna blame me. Then they're gonna blame me. They're gonna be like, oh, that JayBari guy. It ain't me, it's a chat. It's the Wolfgang Mishimas, it's the No Cap Podcast, the C Freshes, the Teasies, huh? The Outside Gamer Nights, the True Bleeds. It's them. It's not me. I'm just a product of my environment. Okay. I'm just a product of my goddamn environment. All right. It's not me. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Anyways, man. Your cop said it was you, Barry. My bad. Battlefield 6, dev confirmed console only cross-play. And the only reason why I'm highlighting this, because I do think this is it's great to have the option there for, cross-play. A lot of people a lot of people think that I turn off crossplay. I really don't turn off crossplay. You know what I mean? If you ever played a multiplayer game with me, you would know that I don't turn off crossplay. You know what I mean? There's people that I know that have turned crossplay off for certain things, like, let's say they're playing a beta and is longer to get into a match or things like that. Or whatever the reason is, they will turn off crossplay. But me personally, I don't turn off crossplay. But one of the things that I feel like a lot of developers, when it comes to multiplayer games, they're missing is this feature right here. Crossplay. Not to say that I don't want to play with the PC people, but I feel like crossplay option needs to have another layer. And another layer is if you just want to have console to console crossplay. And I remember when Modern Warfare 2019 was coming out. I think that was the first game to have the crossplay with it. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. Right? He said, yo, talking games is more fun than playing. That's how it be, sick. Tired of these PC gamers buying 3,000 PCs to cheat. Yo, Wolf was talking about he caught a cheater on Tekken. It was a PC guy that he had to cheat scripts to block everything in the game. You know what I mean? But I remember, I think it was Modern Warfare 2019, where Activision, Call of Duty, there was promising something like this, where there was like, you can have crossplay with everything, PC and console, and console to console. Not only that, they also said there was going to be a filter that you could turn on, where if you do crossplay with PC or whatnot, you can have it where you're only cross-playing with people that's using the same like peripheral as you. So if you're playing on a console and a PC gamer is playing on PC, but they're using a controller, you can filter that for those controller players only, rather than having mouse and keyboard and all that stuff. I remember that promise. I remember that because I remember talking about that, and they never lived up to that promise to this day when it comes to Call of Duty. Crossplay is there. You know what I mean, which is great, but you never had those other options where you was whether you want to just play on the console. If you just want to play on the console, it's only tied to your console. If it's just PlayStation only. But the fact that now Battlefield is coming out with this option here, I think it's dope. Also, they need to go in another layer and add the peripherals. So whatever device that you're playing on, whether it's a controller or mouse and keyboard, you can toggle that as well. I'll just, if you're on PC, I just want to play with mouse and keyboard. If I'm on console and you want to crossplay, I just want to play with people that are only using a controller. I think that would dope. That would be dope to add those options there where people can choose. But I got to give kudos to Battlefield 6 for actually doing this. You know what I mean? Hopefully the new Call of Duty, they would have something, the same type of implementation there when it comes to crossplay. And yeah, giving gamers more options to choose how they want to play the game. You know what I mean? The games are costing more. Give people more options. Once again, I don't turn off crossplay. I am not scared of y'all bum ass motherfuckers to be turning off no crossplay. Most of these people that be talking about, oh, Barry, you turn off crossplay, they suck at the game. Why do I need to turn off crossplay to hide from your bum ass? Absolutely not. They would literally make a gamepad emulator for the keyboard and still cheat. Yo, listen. Yo, that's why Marvel Tokon, that first beta, was not on PC. Every fighting game beta that went to PC, they cracked the game where they continue to play it, and they data mine the game and leak the game out as far as like characters coming and whatnot. Even down to DLC, even down to costumes, they be leaking that. Look at Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6, all this announcement with Street Fighter 6, yo, Chuck will tell you. Chuck, Bats, they will tell you. That ain't nothing new to them. Even up until, I think, this DLC. It ain't nothing new. I remember seeing the leaks of that. That whole, the first DLC for Street Fighter, all that was leaked. You know what I mean? This DLC, I think, was leaked too, because I remember seeing in online where they had like Sagat. I think it was Sea Viper as well. I remember those names. You know what I mean? But I'm not against PC, but the thing is, having the option there for people that bought the game, I think is a great thing. So big kudos to the Battlefield developers, the DICE, for actually implementing something like that. Because yeah, it's a bold move, it's a bold choice, but I think it's needed. You know what I mean? I think it's needed. Something that should have been implemented a long time ago. Yeah, Tokon is heat, man. I miss that game, bro. I miss that game. But yo, let's get into this, y'all. Let's get into the Wolverine rumors. Okay, because we spoke about this, and I think 2 JayBari shows ago, about Wolverine, and the game is ready to be shown, or the game is, they talk about release windows and all that stuff. But now there's a new rumor talking about the release window, but not only the Wolverine game, they talking about the Venom game as well. So Inside Gaming. And the funny thing, I tend to use Insider Gaming more. in a lot of gaming news because a lot of the source and a lot of other gaming websites, it be from Inside a Gamer. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying here new claims about Insomniac upcoming project have surfaced online. It seems that Marvel Wolverine is targeting 2026 release window, and the Venom project hasn't been canceled. Development is still ongoing. So yeah, Wolverine hasn't been shown since 2021, and I told people from the jump when it comes to the Marvel games, I remember telling people on Twitter, I said that PlayStation is going to show another game where they partnered up with Marvel to deliver another PlayStation Marvel exclusive game. Wolverine was the game, which is great. I'm happy for that, but I knew there was another partnership coming. And that trailer, and back in 2021, it wasn't something like, hey man, this game is coming out in 2 years or 3 years. It was something to show the hype that, hey, we just showed Spider-Man 2 is coming whenever it's coming, but also we have another partnership here to go with Marvel's Wolverine. So that was just the announcement to say that, hey, we got another partnered game here, and possibly, you know, more and more and more and more start coming. But the recent rumor was Inside the Gamer recently exclusively revealed the game is likely to be at the next PlayStation State of Play, and now new claims about Insomniac Wolverine and Venom have surfaced online. So they're saying Insomniac Games suffered from massive, this is the leak that happened, which revealed a plethora of information about their upcoming games, including Marvel Wolverine and Venom, among others. The leaks indicate that Wolverine will be targeted 2026 release window, and now report from MP First, that Multiplayer First, states that the source familiar with the situation has informed them that Wolverine is on course for the 2026 release window. And that kind of makes sense, to be honest with you, because Spider-Man came out 2023. 2026 will put 3 years apart from the game. The last major release was Ratchet and Clank from Spider-Man. So Ratchet and Clank came out 2021. So that was a 2 year. You have Miles Morales that came out in 2020. And then you have Spider-Man 2018 that came out 2018. So if I was a betting man and seeing something like this with Wolverine coming out aiming for 2026, obviously I didn't read all of that whole data attack stuff. I did see some stuff that popped up online, you know, pictures that popped online that people post, but I didn't go into it. But it does align with how Insomniac release cadence has been with the PlayStation 5. You know, the 2 to 3 year, you know, window for the next game to come out, which I hope and pray that other developers, you know, can be as efficient, you know. But yeah, I'm excited for Wolverine, man. I believe in this rumor. Like I said earlier before, I got that feeling. Baby, I got that feeling. Okay. I believe the next state of play that happens, or showcase, will have Marvel's Wolverine in it. It will say 2020. They're not going to tie themselves to a release date. They're going to say 2026. Right? And then we're going to see a bigger marketing push December going forward, because I think they're going to give a little bit of that cushion to Ghost of Yotei, try to get as much as they can pushing that. December going forward, boom. I know that doesn't align with myself saying that it's going to be a state of play, but I think there's going to be a state of play that's going to showcase a lot of shit. I do feel like this state of play as well is going to have Soros, because now you're kind of limiting yourself as far as the window when you can show this game, right? Soros, they said it's going to be shown in 2026. Obviously, things can change, but they haven't came out and said, hey, that has changed. I mean, 2025. They haven't came out and said that has changed yet, right? So I'm still to believe that Soros is going to be shown this year, right? That window is closing. I don't think something like that is going to be shown at no Tokyo Game Show. It's a possibility, but I don't think so. Where else he going to show it? Other State of Play, or heck, even the Game Awards. So, the educated guess that these rumors be doing, I feel the education has finally hit that degree. Somebody took that application and be like, hey, this looking good. You're hired. Right now, I feel like all the rumors aligning itself and all the rumors that's coming out, there's some truth behind it. And Wolverine will be shown this year. Why nobody agree with me in the chat? Thank you, True Bleed. I appreciate you agreeing with me, man. You see what I'm saying? They leave me on the plank. They leave me on that plank. If Wolverine is shown, they gonna be like, oh, I always thought Wolverine was gonna be shown. If Wolverine is not shown, yo, look at JayBari. Look at this dumbass talking about Wolverine gonna be shown. They gonna feed me to the sharks, man. They gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna throw me to the sharks, but they don't know I can swim. They call me the clam in the water. But yeah, I do think Wolverine's gonna be shown. I do think Saros is gonna be shown, and that look at that 2026 window. 2026 is looking kind of crazy. Yo, Everless Lee King, what's good, man? 2026 is kind of looking crazy. It's about goddamn time, PlayStation. But 2026 is kind of it's looking crazy. And the more that I'm thinking about it, the more happier and happier and happier and happier and happier I'm getting. Because these are games that I'm anticipating. Insomniac, they got the juice. They got the essence. They got the fragrance. So y'all let me know. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I'm going to say Marvel's Wolverine will be shown this year at PS State of Play or in general. When I say in general, maybe like a different showcase. I'm gonna put yes sir with a lisp and hell no. I'm gonna leave another option. I don't know, Bari. You. All right, poll is up. Y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feeling, man. Y'all let me know if Marvel's Wolverine will be shown this year at a State of Play or a general showcase. Let me know. Yes, sir. Yes, sirs. Hell no. Or the I don't know, Bari. You decide. Yo, Muck Wagwan. I think we'll see both. There we go. Thank you, Muck. You see, Muck is a man of the culture. Not culture, the culture. Whatever culture you're a part of, Muck is that guy. Yo, Brian, what's up, man? Do you think we're getting Spider-Man 3 2028? Well, I don't know. I think Spider-Man 3 is a long way until we see that game, because according to this, and this I did see a part of the whole rumor stuff or the leaks, is that Marvel's Wolverine game is set to release as well before a Spider-Man 3 come out. And from what they're saying here, the development status is still is ongoing, but this is kind of getting pushed back a little bit from my understanding. They're saying here that the same sources provided information about Marvel's Wolverine stated that the Venom development is ongoing. No information about the reveal, the latter release window, or development progress. Moreover, the different source also provided at Multiplayer First with story details for Marvel's Wolverine. However, they were unable to verify them. Stating with the narrative claims of the Venom game, it appears that Eddie Brock, everybody's beloved Venom, will become the protagonist in the upcoming title. Anti-Venom will be a part of the game, but it isn't the one we saw from Peter using in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Instead, it's a different, more frightening version. So it's going to be Flash, which we end up with Eddie Brock, who retained his persona while using anti-venom. Whoa, 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 whoa! Annoyingly unknowable. He said, yo, Bari, love the show. Free pass out free America. Yo, I appreciate you coming through, man. Yo, cautious, what's good? Caution, what's good, man? Yo, Gamer Boy, what's up, man? Annoyingly. Yo, why am I struggling to say that? Yo, Mass Produce, what's up, man? Hold up for a second. Time out. One of the things I always said on What's Up PlayStation or here on this channel is the fact that why are they doing a Venom game knowing what we just went through with Marvel Spider-Man 2, right? They got rid of that. They cleansed Venom, the Venom symbiote from, Harry. But the fact that they're saying they are aligning it now with Eddie Brock, the original, Venom, or, everybody believes the original Venom. And they're going to have the anti-Venom in there. But they're saying that Eddie Brock is going to be a part of anti-Venom. Well, yeah, anti-Venom has to be produced from Eddie, but it goes on to Flash Thompson, where Flash Thompson becomes anti-Venom, where he's more like a good guy. Flash is a big Spider-Man fanboy. Really and truly, I'm liking what I'm hearing or what I'm reading. He said these games have their own universe, so things will change. Yeah, it's an original story. It's an original story. Not gonna lie, yo, I'm more excited for this Venom game just reading that. If this is true. Obviously they're saying that this is not verified. This is just take it with a grain of salt. But I like where this is going from what I'm reading. You know what I mean? And they're saying here Spider-Man 2099 will feature the one of the upcoming, might be featured as in one of the upcoming projects. Oh, you're talking about Spider-Man itself. So what's it, Miguel? Lastly, report to reveal that Spider-Verse Miguel O'Hara or Spider-Man 2029 will be featured in upcoming projects. Insomniac is currently working on the character. It's unclear which game this character will be a part of, whether that is the Venom or Marvel Spider-Man 3. But to answer your question earlier, I do think that, yeah, we got to wait for Marvel Spider-Man 3. You got Wolverine, then you got this Venom game, which if these rumors are true, it's sounding more of like a bigger project than just like, just a little DLC or a little expansion, kind of like it sounded more like a whole game. Because if you're introducing Eddie Brock now, which they should have did in my opinion, Spider-Man 2, but it still worked out with Harry. That's a lot of story you got to bring up. You know what I mean? All the hate that Eddie got for Peter with Spider-Man, and why Venom really became this Venom with Eddie's hate. You know what I mean? This Venom right here shouldn't have really been Venom. They kind of tied it. They kind of try to make it into like with Harry, but it would have been stronger with Eddie Brock. So having to fill that story plotline stuff in, this is sounding to me like a full-fledged game rather than like a Miles Morales or Uncharted, whatever. Even though those are full-fledged games, but I'm talking about the length or the scope of it. Interesting. Insomniac, cook up. Insomniac, cook up, please. But I don't mind waiting for Spider-Man 3. What I would have loved, what they did with Spider-Man 3 though, was add DLC to it, similar to like how they did with Spider-Man 1. Because a lot of the side missions in Spider-Man 2, I felt like some of those things could have been like a DLC pack. You know, like the Tombstone, the Black Cat stuff in part 1. You could have added some of that story detail with Rafe chasing against Cletus. You know, you could have added a lot of that stuff in like DLC packs. But one studio I don't really like push. So I need this with like that is Insomniac, because look at all the shit they have done throughout the generation. You know what I mean? So if this is what they're working on is Wolverine and then Venom, I trust them. You know what I mean? Even though I would have loved, you know, a DLC, an expansion to extend the story of Spider-Man 2. You can look at these games as that as well, because I believe all of this stuff is in the same universe. Marvel's Wolverine is going to be the same Wolverine. Same universe as Marvel Spider-Man, and they're going to build from there, and build from there. But that is pretty exciting. I'm super stoked for this, man. I'm very stoked for this, man. You know what I mean? Some news that finally I like hearing, even though it's rumors. I like hearing this stuff or reading this stuff. Need a little bit more concrete stuff, but I still like it. Yo, Moonshot, what up, man? He said PlayStation done seeing leaks, Wolverine leaks. Thought they will hold that new trailer until the Game Awards. All love, Bari. Yeah, I mean, the Game Awards is a good platform to showcase the game. Look how many people's tuning into the Game Awards now. You know what I mean? But you also have your own stuff. State of Play. Look how many people tune in for those. But you know, one thing I did tune in for. But JayBari, stop complaining. But JayBari, you don't need to complain. You don't need to voice your opinions. Listen, I want to thank you from everybody in the PlayStation Nation. I want a special thank you, saying JayBari, thank you for letting PlayStation see the light. For letting PlayStation see that they on some bullshit. Yeah, I love Spider-Man 2 as well, Chuck, man. All right, so currently the poll, we got 37 people that voted saying that Marvel's Wolverine will be shown this year. We got 78% says yes, 3% said hell no, and 19% said I don't know. Bari, you decide. Come on, 19%? You don't know? Juno, no? Juno, no? Oh, y'all thought I wasn't gonna talk about this? Yeah, hold up 1 second. You know, when you get older, you start holding your phone different. You start holding your phone like this. Hold up. Y'all thought y'all could come on this podcast. Y'all thought y'all could come on this podcast right here. Right? Y'all thought y'all could come on this podcast right here and be like, yo, Bari, you not gonna talk about Sony removes multi-format revenue from strategic indicators? Huh? You thought I wasn't gonna talk about it? Let's talk about it. Yo, Teasy said, yo, Spider-Man 2 was his first platinum trophy. Oh, that's lit. Yo, my first platinum trophy, funny enough, my first platinum trophy was Resogun, PlayStation 4 launch title. That was my first platinum trophy. I never really cared about platinums or even trophies like that until I met the council, where I was like, oh wow, these are deeper PlayStation fans. Like, these guys love PlayStation. They talking about gold trophies. They talking about this trophies. You know what I mean? Obviously, I was getting trophies here and there, but I was like staying at no game, you know, getting certain trophies. Until I saw that platinum trophy ring for Rezo Gun, I was like, yo, hold up. Let me go back to Uncharted real quick. Let me go back to Uncharted real quick, man. Get this, you know, get these plats. You know what I mean? Yo, my first platinum was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 PS3. Lit. Yo, that's crazy though, man. PS3, I didn't have one platinum. The PS3. Not one platinum. I think the highest trophy percentage game that I have is it might be like White Knight Chronicles or something. I didn't get the platinum though. Cause White Knight Chronicles, I still have the guide, and I was like going through the guide as I play the game to get all the stuff and unique shit. I gotta look back to see where that trophy percentage is. Yo, my first platinum was Crash 1 on the Insane Trail. Yo, Crash, that's a platinum right there. That's a platinum right there. He said mine was Gravity Days. Oh, Gravity, what's it, Gravity Rush on the Vita. That's one of my Hall of Shames that I don't have the Gravity Rush platinums. Call of Duty World at War is my first platinum. Oh, lit. First platinum is Devil May Cry on PS3. Which one? You talking about the Ninja Theory one? Is that Ninja Theory one with DMC? Gameplay wise, that was fun. I could have vibe with that game just because what they did to Dante though. Even though it led up to something cool, but I was like, that's not my Dante, man. You know what I mean? After Devil May Cry 3, if you wasn't living up to that.
My first platinum was God of War 3.
Oh, lit. God of War 3? Lit. I got the platinum to God of War 3 on PlayStation 4, not PlayStation 3. I should go back to the PlayStation 3 version. We say that now, but we're not gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's get into it. Man. Would you want Carnage in the Venom game or Spider-Man 3? I would want Carnage in both of us. I felt like Carnage could have been DLC in Spider-Man 2, but they probably gonna wait and save that for Spider-Man 3. I think Spider-Man 3, it makes more sense to have Carnage in there, depending on how they're gonna go with the story. But you might see the lead up to that with the Venom game. I'm not sure though. But all right, so let's talk about this new strategic key points that PlayStation is putting up out here. Just for the visuals here. Here are their strategical emphasize indicators, where they had PlayStation 5 hardware units globally. They had PlayStation Network monthly active users, player engagement hours, and game revenues beyond console. So this is the key point that people are focusing on right here, where it says game revenue beyond console. Obviously, they're talking about their own console. Now, leading up to their new strategic emphasize indicators, they don't have that game revenue console in there. So a lot of people is taking that and they're like, hey, PlayStation is going away from, or they thinking like PlayStation is going away from the multi-platform thing. I don't think that's the case, but I do like the fact that it's not one of the focus, because this is one thing I was always saying, even when they financial reports, that they don't focus on the other platform like PC. They only focus on PlayStation. They're not giving you the Xbox or the Nintendo Switch numbers when it comes to MLB The Show or when it comes to whatever game. They're not talking about those things. when it comes to their investors, when it comes to their public briefings, they're not talking about that. So why have that in your indicator as far as one of your strategies? You know what I mean? I personally feel like the multi-platform thing, which is something that they're doing, I feel like they should slow it down. Yo, look at the wording that they chose here. Much has been made of PlayStation and its dalliance with multi-platform releases. To use a word like this, dalliance, is wild to align that with like gaming. When I see this word, this is something like a fling, like a love interest. You know what I mean? You probably had like a little quick romance or something like that. But to use that with gaming is kind of funny as hell. Yeah, I'm looking up and I'm reading as a dalliance. Ain't that like, you know what I mean? You associate that with like fling. Hold on, let me make sure if that's the correct usage. I could be wrong, but I look at something like that like a partnership. A casual romance or romantic or sexual relationship. Yeah. A brief or casual involvement with something. Oh, okay. So I guess you can use it right here with the second definition. A brief or casual involvement with something, not just someone. But I always looked at it as with someone, not with a thing. But okay. So I was wrong. My bad, y'all. All right. So they're saying here's the new here's the new key measures or the new indicators. PlayStation 5 hardware units sold globally. So they're focusing on the hardware, which is good, because at the end of the day, the core audience, that's where the core PlayStation audience, that is where we're at. We're at the PlayStation 5 or even PlayStation 4 hardware. To not have that in your focus as far as you want to continue to push that, to me, that's a big detriment on the platform itself. You know, putting these games on these other platforms is not going to increase PlayStation hardware sales going forward, in my opinion. You know what I mean? What they have right now, game come out a year, whatever. I don't think it is truly affecting what PlayStation is doing right now. But also, I can go on the flip side of that as well, right? Where this generation, especially that PlayStation has announced a lot of their games is going to be going to like PC later on. I have noticed something with the PlayStation like games and like the collector's editions or even some of the unique stuff that the games have. They're not selling out on a full clip like they normally would. You remember when God of War Ragnarok came out? Huh? This is when before PlayStation put out their full message as far as what they're gonna do with multi-platform and here's the timeline and all that stuff. God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, them shits was selling out. All the collector's edition before, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, they sell out. If you go to the PlayStation Direct right now, Ghost of Yotei, this ain't sold out. You can still order this joint. Spider-Man 2, one of the biggest games for them to release. Spider-Man 2, that is not sold out. Where is it at? Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition, not sold out. Look, Death Stranding, not sold out. Like normally before a PlayStation put up a Collector's Edition, that junk will be selling out, bro. Man, they got the Negro Leagues for $60 now. Crazy. Spider-Man 2. Still available. A popular game like that, still available. You think that the PC move is not affecting some of these collector's editions? And I know a lot of people gonna be like, hey man, you're just looking into it, Barry. You're looking too deep into it. But no, it does align itself, bruh. Because when they announce this full move with PC, these things are selling less and less and less. Obviously, somebody that has a PC, they're gonna wait it out. You know, before you had that strategy or before you had that business plan, nobody knew what you was doing with PC. They was coming out 4 years, 5 years, you know, after release. These things were selling out. The collector's edition was selling out. As PCs growing more and more, you're seeing less of these things selling out. And the fact that you're gonna be releasing your games, you know, a year later, they're selling less and less. So the fact that you're focused, I'm not saying that they're gonna do away with the whole, you know, PC push, but the fact that they're acknowledging hardware sales for PlayStation 5, I think that's a good step. That's a good step in the right direction. And it's also something that Zuby posted as well. Or was it Genki? Oh yeah, both of them posted it. PlayStation revenue breakdown. This is crazy right here, right? Add-on content 29%. But look, hardware is number 2. 24%. This is their revenue breakdown for fiscal year 2024. So hardware, there's a huge importance that you want to have the hardware selling because it's their second highest percentage when it comes to your revenue breakdown. It's not profit, it's revenue. I know there's gonna be somebody in the chat. It's not profit, but no shit, nobody said that. Digital software, 20%. Network services, 14%. Other published SIE published games, add-on content outside of PlayStation content. Outside of PlayStation consoles, I mean, is 10% of their revenue. 10%. And then they have physical. Shout out to the physical gamers out there. The people still buying physical discs that don't have the whole game on the disc. The people that's buying physical discs that don't even come with a booklet. It has a digital booklet. The people that buy physical discs with the cheap ass plastic, no reversible covers. Shout out to y'all, man. The 3% that's still buying it. It's crazy, bruh. Craziness, bruh. And then listen, you can see why they doing things like attachable disk drive on the Pro or whatever PlayStation 6 next. Yo, Aaron, what up, man? He said, we are broke. Economy sucks. A lot of expendable income going around. What you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. Yo, Austin, Jack Fanning, what's up? What happens when you devalue your brand for a couple of bucks from Hermits? Yeah. Oh, what are you talking about? You talking about as far as like the stuff not selling out? My bad. Okay. But no, I just noticed that trend. It's something that I was looking at ever since they announced the whole PC thing. I understand the economy, what's going on, but ever since they announced the whole PC push, I don't see these collector's editions and just even look at the plates. You remember when Marvel Spider-Man 2 plates was out? Bro, you could barely get them joints. I had to have my man, shout out to my man Raziel. He had to buy me plates. I went to Play Asia. Look at this now. Still on sale, still on sale. Even the controllers, still on sale. The one thing that sold out, which blows my mind, to be honest with you, because I felt like people said that they don't have this console. People said this console's a scam. This console's not worth it. But the one thing that is selling out when it comes to this Ghost of Yotei stuff is the PlayStation 5 Pro covers. Which got me pissed off because I'm thinking that I'll be able, yo, when the pre-order date came for this joint, I can just mosey on down 10 o'clock Eastern time to the PlayStation Direct, sign in, add the covers to my cart, and pre-order the joint. The one main goal that I wanted to get was the PlayStation 5 Pro plates, and that was sold out. How much did they create? 200? That is just crazy to me. You know what I mean? If I would have got these plates, I'd have pre-ordered controller, and I'd have pre-ordered this controller. Most likely, I'd have pre-ordered the black one first, and I'd have wait for the gold one. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. But the fact that you have something like a Ghost of Tsushima, when Ghost of Tsushima Collector's Edition came out, that sold out instantly. I remember. Instantly. Still here. Still here. I know it might sound crazy. It might sound crazy, but I do feel like, you know, it does the move that they do on PC affected. Whether that's me saying that they should stop it, no. They're not going to stop it. But I'm just saying it does play a part. PlayStation monthly active users and total gameplay hours. Listen, we don't give a damn about the total. Well, you know, I won't say you can't add that. What I would have loved them to add here is the sale of their games as well. The sale of the game. You know what I mean? Point 1, hardware. Point 2, sale of the game. Point 3, monthly active users. Point 4, gameplay hours used. You know what I mean? But that's just me. But they say in here there's no real reference to the document explaining why Sony removed game revenue beyond consoles as a strategic emphasized indicator, but it's also nothing to note. In fiscal year 2024, multi-format releases accounted for 2% of PlayStation's overall revenue. 2%. 2%. This is the reason why I got on PlayStation a lot. You know what I mean? When it comes to this whole multi-platform thing, is we PlayStation gamers are not benefiting from that shit. You know, the whole line that people be putting, but this is better for you, the PlayStation gamer. More people get to play the game. More people this and that. I'm not seeing no benefits. For all the years that PlayStation been doing it, I'm not seeing more for PlayStation 5. I'm seeing less. The only thing I'm seeing more is how much shit is costing. And now we're seeing why we ain't seeing more, because they're accounting for 2% of the overall revenue. But more and more money is being taken from what PlayStation gamers is giving, so they can fund games outside of PlayStation hardware. Huh? That's the issue I have with it. If there was more that I'm seeing and receiving with the PC thing, hey, it is what it is. But I'm not seeing it. Somebody got to show me the light. Yo, Michael, what up, man? You see, I got both controllers. I couldn't get the Pro Plates. Yeah, I don't know how the Pro Plates sold out, man. Yo, Side Effect Gaming, what's up, bro? My first plat was one of the first ones to include trophies Uncharted 1. Okay. Yo, shout out to Franco Tech, man. You know what I mean? It's beneficial for you. No, it's not beneficial for me. I'm good. I'm not missing out on what PlayStation is delivering. It's beneficial for you because if you don't buy into the hardware, you're going to be missing out. Don't try to gaslight me. I've been looking at this move since 2020. They've been putting games on PC. Well, even longer than that. But when it comes to the tentpole games. And I'm not seeing no benefit. We're not getting more games, release cadences. We're not seeing more features. We're seeing less. Shit, they just let go of a loyalty program. And when I bring up these points, you know, people like to sweep it under the rug. But I'm happy that I'm bringing up these points because, look, my points is being proven with the stats, the data. And now look at the push. Change in strategical emphasized indicators. Huh? So who should PlayStation be listening to? Jimmy Two Left Feet that barely play their games? Or the people that's enriched or endrenched? I don't know the word. But the people that's within your gaming community, your gaming ecosystem, that's helping funding, helping pushing, buying games on the PlayStation Store, whether it's first party or third party. Huh? The point of the matter is the PlayStation, the console, should be more of the focus. And now that we're seeing that with these key measures or these key indicators, that the PlayStation, the console, is more of what they're going to be focused on, that's a great thing in my opinion. Yo, Cyber Hashira, what's good, man? That's a great thing. I want to see more of it. Huh? Personally, fuck them PC dudes. Forget them I don't even know why you put your games on Xbox. You know what I mean? When PlayStation announced they put their games on Xbox, I cleaned my PlayStation. When Helldivers 2 went to Xbox, I took apart my Pro and I wiped it down. I said I don't want no Xbox stench on my console. None at all. You know what I mean? Stay away from it. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about Stars, man. That shit hurt me. I love Stars. And they took it away from me, man. They took it away from me. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Happy to see that we focusing more on the console. This is where the bulk of your revenue, this is the bulk of your profits. Why wouldn't you want to focus on that? Hopefully we can get some of these features back. That's what they should have said in this article. We're going to focus on giving back all features. So you want to focus on the console. Oh, the last little thing here. Shout out to Zuby Tech. This is why I'm saying that I feel like I think this Tokyo Game Show is going to be fire. Right? They said that PlayStation, they announced their Tokyo Game Show lineup where it's going to be Astrobot, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, and Ghost of Yotei. I'm focusing more on this, right? Because when it comes to Marvel Tokon, we just got a beta that has passed. Within that beta, if you did the survey, they asked you the second to last or the last question they asked you is how many what characters would you like to see within the game? Obviously, I think they already have their character set, but I do feel like something like Tokyo Game Show, a game that is Japanese focused like Marvel Tokon, they will have new announcements there, new characters, whatever, a new stage showing, whatever new mechanics, whatever it is, it will be showing there. One of the characters I feel that's going to be showing, I think it's a safe bet as well, is Wolverine. And the fact that you're going to be showing Wolverine, this is how I'm thinking. If they show Wolverine as one of the characters being announced for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, and then you have a state of play having a new trailer for Wolverine, Marvel's Wolverine. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The constellation is constellating. The stars are aligning. Everything that I said is made up so far, but it feels good. You get what I'm saying? It feels good. They could show Ronan as a character at TGS. Hey, it's possible. It's possible. Sky's the limit. The point that I'm saying that is it feels good. Right? It feels good. It feels right. And if it ain't right, I'm taking a break. Yo, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through, man, for the JayBari Show episode number 31. You know, hopefully y'all did enjoy the show. You know, if you did, hit the like button. I appreciate everyone showing support, you know, commenting or whatnot. If you did hit the like button, I appreciate that. What characters have they shown already? They shown Spider-Man. Every character they see here in the background. Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Captain America, Miss Marvel, Star-Lord, Doctor Doom, Storm. Who am I missing? They showed 8 characters so far from Marvel Tokon. And Iron Man. So the game is set to come out in 2026. So, you know, they got some characters to reveal. And I feel like Tokyo Game Show is a good place to reveal that. So we got to wait a couple of weeks. Oh, no, I think it's next week. Is Tokyo Game Show? Yeah, next week. Or is it this weekend? Is it the 21st or the 20th? Shit, we probably just got to wait till the weekend. Hold up. Tokyo, oh, the 25th, the Thursday, 25th. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be next week. So Thursday till Sunday, you know, they have some new Marvel Tokon stuff to announce. You know. But yeah. Hoping we get the Gambit. Yeah, I hope we get Gambit too. Yo, seeing Gambit in like that Japanese like style, like how every other character is, that will be fire as hell. Fire as hell, man. But yeah, y'all, I hope y'all did enjoy the show. If you did, like I said, hit the like button. If you're new, you know, hit the subscribe button. You know, enjoy your stay here on the channel. I do upload other content other than doing, you know, these podcasts here, where I just released 2 new videos where I spoke about obviously Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, showing how to beat Vogan, showing how to beat the boss on extreme difficulty. If anybody want like a good, you know, method of beating them. And also Sword of the Sea, showing how you could get the Untouchable trophy for the last boss in that game, which kind of surprised me that a lot of people don't have this platinum in this game, because it's a pretty easy game, pretty straightforward platinum in my opinion. But a lot of people didn't have this trophy, this Untouchable trophy. I was like, oh, I wonder why people don't have it. Do people think this junk is hard? You know what I mean? So I just put up a video showcasing that stuff. And yeah, all the other stuff, you know, that I spoke about here. I will be continuing my Metal Gear walkthrough. So if you don't know, I've been doing the whole Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater walkthrough. I'm almost to the end of it. So I will be uploading, you know, another part very soon, and then the ending soon. And also, Ghost of Yotei Waiting Room, a new one is coming very soon for that as well. So stay locked in. Hopefully I can hit that subscribe button. You know, I definitely would love to see you to hit that goal of 4,500, and then we'll go on from there. But regardless, I do appreciate everyone that do support the channel and put up with my BS. You know what I mean? Xbox gamers, listen, give me a hug, man. Come on in and give me a hug, man. I apologize, Xbox gamer. Give me a hug, man. You know what I mean? Don't be so sensitive, Xbox gamers. Yo, Mr. B, I think the state of play will be before TGS. I'm working on the plat. Got the untouchable, as you should. Yeah, the game is not hard. It's a fun game. I love the game. Artsy as hell. There's music in that game on chapter 5. Right? Chapter 5, you're on a shark. Don't rush through that. Play through it and listen to the music. Heat. But yeah, y'all. I catch y'all in the next one. It's your boy JayBari. I'm gone. Enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. Deuces.